Ebony Maw versus Dr. Fate. Who would win? A battle between a genius of dark cosmic manipulation and a legendary sorcerer empowered by ancient mystical forces begins now. Ebony Maw, the brilliant and deadly servant of Thanos, faces Dr. Fate, the chosen champion of mystical order. One relies on intelligence, precision, and terrifying telekinetic abilities, while the other commands the power of ancient magic itself. When these two powerful beings collide, only one can truly stand above the other. Ebony Maw is not dangerous because of physical strength. His greatest weapon is his mind. As one of the most intelligent members of Thanos' elite Black Order, Ebony Maw understands that true power comes from strategy, control, and manipulation. He does not charge into battles blindly. He observes his enemies, studies their weaknesses, and creates the perfect opportunity to strike. His telekinetic abilities make him one of the most unique fighters in the Marvel Universe. Ebony Maw can control objects around him with incredible accuracy, manipulate weapons from a distance, restrain opponents, and turn the battlefield into his personal weapon. His power is not simply about destruction. It is about control. During his battle with Doctor Strange, Ebony Maw proved why he was considered one of Thanos' most dangerous followers. He overwhelmed a skilled sorcerer through a combination of intelligence, psychological pressure, and precise telekinetic attacks. He remained calm throughout the fight, showing that his greatest advantage was not just his abilities, but his ability to think several steps ahead. However, his opponent is Dr. Fate, a hero whose power exists on a completely different mystical level. Dr. Fate is not just a skilled magician. He is the human champion of Nabu, an ancient cosmic being known as one of the Lords of Order. Through the Helmet of Fate, Dr. Fate gains access to thousands of years of magical knowledge and abilities that can affect reality itself. His powers include energy manipulation, magical barriers, teleportation, dimensional travel, time manipulation, and powerful mystical attacks. Dr. Fate has battled supernatural threats that exist far beyond normal heroes. His connection to Nabu gives him access to forces that are much older and more powerful than ordinary magic. The biggest difference between these two warriors is the scale of their abilities. Ebony Maw controls the battlefield through intelligence and telekinesis. Dr. Fate controls the battlefield through ancient mystical power. Ebony Maw uses his mind to overcome stronger opponents, while Dr. Fate uses magic that can change the rules of the battle itself. But raw power is not the only factor that decides a fight. The real question is what happens when these two extraordinary beings finally face each other. Imagine a dark battlefield where reality begins to shake. Ebony Maw arrives first, standing silently as he studies his opponent. He does not attack immediately because he knows information is the key to victory. Across from him, Dr. Fate floats above the ground, surrounded by a golden mystical aura as the Helmet of Fate glows with ancient energy. Ebony Maw makes the first move. Without warning, the entire battlefield comes alive. Massive pieces of debris rise into the air and launch toward Dr. Fate from every direction. Every attack is calculated, every movement designed to test the limits of Dr. Fate defenses. But Dr. Fate remains calm. A powerful golden barrier appears around him, blocking the attack instantly. The impact creates waves of energy across the battlefield, but Dr. Fate stands untouched. Ebony Maw realizes that normal attacks will not be enough. He changes his strategy and begins attacking from a psychological angle. Ebony Maw attempts to understand the connection between Dr. Fate and the Helmet of Fate. He searches for weaknesses, hoping to exploit the relationship between the human host and the ancient being behind the power. This is where Ebony Maw becomes truly dangerous. He is not just a fighter. He is a strategist who searches for the smallest weakness and turns it into an advantage. Dr. Fate responds by unleashing more of his mystical power. Ancient symbols appear across the battlefield as magical energy surrounds Ebony Maw. The sorcerer creates powerful restraints designed to limit his movement and remove his control over the environment. For the first time, Ebony Maw faces an opponent who cannot simply be manipulated. But Ebony Maw refuses to surrender. Using his incredible intelligence, he studies the magical attacks and finds ways to counter them. He redirects incoming energy, manipulates his surroundings, and launches precise attacks against Dr. Fate. The battle becomes a clash between two different types of power. Ebony Maw represents intelligence, strategy, and control. Dr. Fate represents ancient magic, cosmic knowledge, and mystical authority. Every attack from Ebony Maw is carefully planned, but every response from Dr. Fate comes from thousands of years of magical experience. Ebony Maw then unleashes his strongest attack. The battlefield begins collapsing as he uses his full telekinetic power to crush Dr. Fate under overwhelming force. Massive structures are lifted into the air and thrown with incredible speed. For a moment, Ebony Maw appears to have gained control. His strategy has allowed him to survive against an opponent with far greater raw power. His intelligence has created a real challenge, proving why he is one of Marvel's most dangerous villains. But this is the turning point. Dr. Fate reveals the true difference between them. Ebony Maw controls the things around him. Dr. Fate controls forces that exist beyond the physical world. The Helmet of Fate releases a massive wave of mystical energy that breaks through Ebony Maw telekinetic control. The battlefield transforms as Dr. Fate begins using the full power of Nabu. Magical barriers block every attack. Dimensional energy surrounds Ebony Maw. Dr. Fate begins predicting and countering his opponent's moves before they happen. Ebony Maw continues adapting, but the difference in power becomes impossible to ignore. His intelligence allows him to challenge powerful enemies, but Dr. Fate is not just another powerful opponent. He is connected to ancient mystical forces that exist on a much higher level. Ebony Maw's greatest chance of victory would be separating Dr. Fate from the Helmet of Fate or exploiting the connection between Nabu and the human host. If he achieved that, he could create an opening and possibly change the outcome. However, against Dr. Fate at full power, that opportunity would be extremely difficult to achieve. Dr. Fate has superior versatility, stronger defensive abilities, greater magical knowledge, and access to reality-altering powers that Ebony Maw has never faced before. If this battle happened under normal conditions, Ebony Maw would begin with a strong advantage in strategy. He would analyze Dr. Fate, search for weaknesses, and create unexpected attacks. But as the fight continues, Dr. Fate would take control through overwhelming mystical power. The difference between them is simple. Ebony Maw is a genius who uses his abilities to defeat stronger enemies. Dr. Fate is a mystical powerhouse whose abilities operate on a much larger scale. Ebony Maw would make this battle challenging, but he would eventually be defeated by the power of the Helmet of Fate and the magic of Nabu. The final result. Dr. Fate defeats Ebony Maw and wins this battle because of his superior mystical power, greater versatility, and access to abilities that exist beyond normal combat. Dr. Fate is stronger, more powerful at his peak, and the ultimate winner of this battle.